Hello, Aluxers. This is a special series we're doing here on Alux, where every day we showcase the life story of some of the most important figures in tennis. Today we're looking at 15 things you didn't know about Rafael Nadal. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello, Aluxers. Today we're taking a closer look at the tennis titan Rafael Nadal. Rafael Nadal Pereira was born in Manacor, Spain on the Balearic Islands, June 3, 1986, and is currently ranked number 1 in men's tennis. Rafa, as he's known, is the proud owner of several world records, including 33 titles at the ATP World Tour Masters 1000, along with 20 titles at the ATP World Tour 500, and another 11 French Open victories. At the age of 24, he became the 7th player in history to achieve the career Grand Slam. Nadal balances his lavish spending on the finer things in life with his elite sportsmanship on and off the court, and is intimately involved in several charitable causes, making him one of the game's most honorable competitors. Now that we've covered some of his background, let's launch into our list of the 15 things you didn't know about Rafael Nadal. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. Number 1. Rafa Nadal won the Laureus World Sports Award for Sportsman of the Year in 2011. Rafael Nadal won the Laureus World Sports Award for Sportsman of the Year back in 2011. The global foundation who presented the award is involved in over 150 charitable projects around the world in support of 500,000 young people. To win this award as a professional athlete is the equivalent of an actor winning an Oscar. The trophy itself is an elegant and eye-catching creation by Cartier and would make an attractive display on any mantle. Number 2. At the age of 8, Rafael began practicing with his left hand. Rafael began practicing tennis with his left hand at the age of 8, under the watchful eye of his uncle and coach, Tony Nadal. Tony encouraged Rafa to dedicate a portion of his practice time to isolating the use of his left hand after seeing the way in which Rafa used 2 hands on both sides of his forehand swing. This is said to be one of the key factors that elevated Rafa's game, making him arguably one of the most versatile players in tennis history. Number 3. At the age of 12, Nadal chose to pursue a career in tennis over football. Rafa's love of tennis trumped his love of football, so he chose to pursue a career in tennis over football at the age of 12. Thanks again to his uncle Tony for helping coach him to a decision that would affect the rest of his life. It would prove to be not only incredibly wise, but also ultimately more rewarding. Number 4. Nadal defeated Federer at the 2008 Wimbledon. In 2008, Rafael Nadal defeated Roger Federer at Wimbledon in a display that many herald as the best match of tennis ever played. Nadal considered this win the most important match in his life. This epic win was the force Nadal needed to free himself from the mental prison he struggled to escape after losing at Wimbledon to Federer when the two met back in 06 and 07. Number 5. Nadal has a current net worth of around $160 million. Nadal's current net worth is around $160 million, making him the highest-paid tennis star in the world. Along with a $5.5 million yearly salary, Nadal collects another $26 million in endorsements and royalties from the likes of Nike, Babolat, Armani, and Hilfiger, among others, and is the proud owner of one of just 50 watches crafted by Richard Mille, valued at around $825,000. By wearing it to the French Open, he made himself one of the game's more opulent players. Number 6. In 2009, Nadal's parents separated. Rafael Nadal's parents separated after the 2009 Australian Open. Although devastated by the announcement, Rafa kept winning and building momentum in the following months. But his attitude soon soured as he battled depression while his enthusiasm for competition declined. These were the main factors attributed to his first ever loss at the French Open that same year to Robin Soderling of Sweden. All this, coupled with his aching knees, led him to pulling out of Wimbledon, hoping to give himself the time needed for a complete recovery, both emotionally and physically. Number 7. Rafa defended his uncle for being accused as a sexist. In 2014, Rafa's uncle Tony Nadal got the attention of a certain Miss Lyon by questioning her appointment on the basis that the Davis Cup captain should have a background in men's tennis. Gala Leon was appointed as Spain's first female Davis Cup captain. This appointment earned her and the Spanish Tennis Federation a fair share of complaints from some of the league's participants. Miss Lyon fired back with charges of gender bias, and it was even labeled as sexist by some of Spain's politicians and media outlets. This struck a deep chord with Rafa, who came to his uncle's defense, arguing that this isn't about sexism, but rather about populism, noting the way in which the matter was being spun. Number 8. Nadal criticizes the league for awarding equal prize money to both female and male competitors. Rafael Nadal criticizes the league for awarding the same amount of prize money to women as they do to men. He goes on to make his point by drawing a comparison between male modeling and female modeling, noting the extreme disparity in earnings. Nadal also believes that money should follow viewership, and since men's tennis commands a much larger audience than women's, he says it should be reflected in the amounts that are awarded. Number 9. Rafael Nadal claims that too much play on hard surfaces increases a player's chance of injury. Rafa claims that too much hard-court play increases the chances a player will suffer injury and that the subject deserves league attention. He also believes that the ATP should be wholly dedicated to lengthening a player's career and that ignoring factors that seem to do otherwise would be counterproductive. Number 10. Nadal purchased a customized yacht worth upwards of $3.5 million. Nadal purchased a customized yacht worth upwards of $3.5 million at the Cannes Yachting Festival back in September 2015. Rafa chose the Monte Carlo MCY 76 model to be his new number 1 vessel. He selected the name Beethoven, which couldn't be more fitting, not necessarily for his outspoken love of classical music, but rather because of what Beethoven represents to classical music, that of an icon. In fact, the Monte Carlo MCY 76 is to yachts what Beethoven is to classical music, an icon to a prestigious community of quality enthusiasts. It's safe to say that Rafael has earned the iconic status in the world of men's tennis, cementing him forever among the greats. And hey Luxers, if you want to find out some more about iconic yachts, check out our video, The Top 10 World's Most Expensive Yachts Ever Built, by clicking in the top right corner. Number 11. In 2018, Nadal withdrew from the US Open semifinals due to a knee injury. Back in June of 2018, Nadal withdrew from the US Open semifinals due to a knee injury. It was the third time in his career he was forced to retire during a match because of his knee injury, but it would be the 9th time pulling out overall because of physical issues. The question of Nadal's longevity has long plagued Rafa and his supporters. Although it's slowed him down from time to time, it hasn't been enough to stop him from ascending to the top of the food chain by gobbling up his competition. Number 12. Nadal's left arm is substantially bigger than his right. Nadal is renowned for the power of his left-handed tennis style. However, as a result of the imbalance between how frequently he uses each arm, the muscles have developed significantly differently. The diameter of Rafa's left arm, as measured around the largest part of his bicep, is a whole 4 centimeters larger than his right. Number 13. Nadal became the first player, male or female, to amass 400-plus match wins on both hard and clay courts. Rafael Nadal has amassed over 400 wins on both hard and clay courts, becoming the first player in history to achieve that feat, male or female. With a combined 825 wins, this astonishing milestone may finally put to rest the decade-long debate concerning Nadal's efficacy on different court surfaces. Only time will truly tell. Number 14. Golf is one of Rafael Nadal's favorite hobbies. One of Nadal's favorite hobbies is golf, which isn't surprising or odd in and of itself. What is surprising is Rafael's own admission of being decidedly unfriendly during a golf game, from the first hole to the last. The irony, of course, being that this statement came from someone who earned the Sportsman of the Year title back in 2011 and who continues to live up to the unofficial title of the best sportsman the game has seen so far. Number 15. In 2008, Rafael Nadal launched the Rafa Nadal Foundation. Rafael Nadal launched the Rafa Nadal Foundation with the mission of offering some of the world's most vulnerable youth a chance to succeed. The primary focus is on personal development and social integration, and the foundation aims to use education and sport as a vehicle for the most socially marginalized and disadvantaged youngsters. The foundation offers resources and infrastructure as a means to help them transcend their current conditions and raise their standard of living. Well, Aluxers, that's a wrap on the 15 things you didn't know about Rafael Nadal. But before you go, we're curious. What do you think Rafa will do when he retires from professional tennis? Let us know in the comments. And of course, to express our gratitude for watching our entire video and being a true Aluxer, here's your bonus. Number 16. Rafael Nadal observes a courtside water bottle ritual every game, win or lose. During every game, without fail, Rafael Nadal observes a courtside ritual involving his water bottles. He places them in a specific configuration, and he always sips from one first, then another in equal measure throughout the entire tournament. Accused of being superstitious, Nadal defends himself by drawing the distinction between ritual and superstition, stating he does it regardless of whether he just won or lost. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you want more, we handpicked these videos you might enjoy, or head over to Alux.com for the best in fine living content on the planet. Be a part of the largest community of luxury enthusiasts in the world and tell your story.